Are you a GoHighLevel SaaS agency owner who just landed one of your first clients, but the joy from that magical moment quickly turned to fear as you realize you have no idea what to do next? Maybe you've already been scouring YouTube for hours looking for a video that actually explains the step-by-step process of what to do when you land your first client, but all you found are videos of people who explain steps 1 and 2 clearly, but then they jump to steps 8, 9, and 10, leaving you wondering how they got there and searching for another video that actually explains the entire process. If this sounds familiar, then it's a good thing you found my channel, because all I do here is teach people how to create a successful SaaS agency using the most powerful software on the planet, HighLevel, and I do it in a way that's easy to follow along with. Plus, I've onboarded almost 50 clients at this point, so I know where people tend to get stuck. So don't you dare do it just yet, but if by the end of this video you feel that you've gotten some value, then make sure to smash that subscribe button, because in this video, we're gonna be going over exactly what to do when you land a SaaS client. And I'm not talking about setting up their DNS records, getting them A2P verified, and setting up their email sending domains. Those are steps 8, 9, and 10. I do have another video that goes through all of that, and I'll link to that at the end of this video. But in this video, we're going through the very first steps to take once you land a client. First, we're gonna go over how to create a sub account for your client. And this process looks a little bit different depending on which HighLevel plan you're signed up for. So I'll be sure to cover all of the different ways of doing this no matter which plan you're signed up on. And then we'll go over how to give your new clients access to their account. This includes adding them as a user, creating their password, where to send them to actually log in, and more. So with that, let's jump on over into HighLevel and look at exactly what you need to do when you land a SaaS client. So once you're in your HighLevel account, the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna create the login page that you're gonna send your clients to so that they can log into your white labeled version of HighLevel. And at this point, I'm assuming that you've already set up your account and created your sub account and gone through that entire process. If you haven't made it that far and you're still wondering how to set up your own account, I do have courses that I give away for free to all of my affiliates that go through the very initial stages of setting up your account, creating your domain, creating a logo, all the initial steps for your account. But since you've landed your first client, I'm assuming that you've got all that taken care of. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna create the login page for your clients to go to. So to do that, we're gonna go into your agency account, and then inside of your agency account, we're gonna go into settings. And then once we're in settings, we're gonna go into company, and this is where you're gonna scroll down on the company page until you see this white label domain. And this white label domain is where we're going to actually set up the DNS records for your agency account to give your clients a login page with your logo on it. And you can see here that I've got app.pascosystems.com. My agency is called Pasco Systems, and the domain that I have is Pasco Systems. And so what you want to do here is you want to name this app.your domain. And so if you haven't done this already, then this is going to be a blank field. So you just want to type in app dot and then put your domain right here. And if you click this little question mark right here, it'll go through this process step by step. But all you need to know is you need to log into your domain registrar. So this could be Google Domains, Squarespace, Cloudflare, or GoDaddy, or any of these other domain registrars, wherever you purchased your domain through. And then once you do that, you just want to find this whitelabel.ludicrous.cloud, and you want to copy that. And so I'm going to log into my domain registrar. And so I use Google Domains to host my domain, but again, whatever domain registrar you're using, it's going to be a fairly similar process. So you just want to manage the domain, and then you want to go into your DNS records, and then you would manage custom records, or add a record, or do whatever you need to do to find these records. And then you would create new record, and then you would type in app, and then you would do CNAME, and then for domain, this is where you would paste that value of whitelabel.ludicrous.cloud. So app, that's what we typed in as the subdomain before our domain, and then it automatically puts our domain there. And then you paste that value into here. And I've already done this, so I'm not gonna click save. I'm just gonna delete this, but you would click save. And as soon as you do that, then you would come back in here. It would have you verify the records, and it may take a minute or two to actually verify it with the DNS records. But once you've created this white label domain, then I'll show you what the login page looks like. And I'm going to have to switch to a guest account here because once you log in, then it automatically logs you into that account. But if I go to app.passgosystems.com, this is my login page for my white labeled version of HighLevel. And this is where you're going to send your SaaS clients to when they log in with your account. It would be app.yourdomain, whatever your domain is, and then it brings them to this login page. So this is what the login page looks like. It just has them enter their email and their password. And we haven't yet set up their email and password for this, so we're going to go through that process next. But this is at least what the login page looks like. And if you don't see your logo up here, it's just because you haven't added it yet in your business settings. So if we go back to my account, then in this same company tab where we just did the white label domain, you would just come up here and upload your company logo right here. And once you do that, it's going to put your company logo in that login page so that everything matches your agency. So that's how you create the login page that you send to your clients so that they can log into your software once you land them. But now we need to go through the actual account creation process of how to get your clients signed up as a client. And this is different for the 97, 297, and 497 plan. So the 97 and 297 are going to be the same process, but then the 497, you get what's known as the SaaS configurator, and you can create these plans ahead of time and sign up clients automatically. But right now I'm just going to show you what you would do on the 97 or 297 plan when this is a manual process. So to start out, you just click go back and then you go to sub accounts and then you would create sub account. And if you're not on the 497 per month plan, you're not going to see this SaaS account. You're just going to see regular account. So you'd be regular account and then you can choose a snapshot. And these are just pre-made items that are downloaded into your client's account if you're targeting one of these specific niches. But for now, I'm just going to do a blank snapshot and select and continue. And then you want to add account manually. If they're already set up in Google and have a Google business profile, then you could search for their business here and it'll automatically insert some of the information as long as it's input correctly on Google. But I'm just going to show you the manual process to do this. So you come up here into the search bar, you click add account manually, and then you're going to go through and enter all of the business information for this account. So I'm just going to enter that information really quickly and then show you once it's all filled in. So now I've filled in all this information, and this is where you would put your client's first name, client's last name, client's email address, and then their business name, street address, city, country, business niche. I've just got software company, state, zip code, their phone number. If they've got a website, you put it in right there, but you don't need to fill this in if they don't yet have a website and you're creating a website for them. And then you put their time zone in. And as soon as you do that, you just click save. So now it's created this sub account for them. And if we go up here into our agency, we can scroll down and we're going to see test account right here. And it's got all the information. It's going to be a blank account, but this is the actual sub account that we just created for this client. And then once we've created this sub account in our system, the next thing that we need to do is get them set up as a user within this sub account so that they can access their sub account. So to do that, you want to make sure that you're logged into their sub account. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go down into settings and click on this My Staff tab. And right now we don't have anyone in here, but this is where you add the users for this account. And then if they've got multiple people on their team, this is where you add those team members as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to add employee, and you can put a headshot if they've got a headshot right there, and you would type in their first name. So we're just going to do test, and email test@gmail.com. You would put their phone number. You don't need to if they don't have a phone number yet, or if they're going to want to use the business phone number that they get inside of HighLevel, then you can leave this blank for now. And so this is going to be their login information. So whatever email you use here is what they're going to log in when you send them to your login page. This is going to be the email that they log in with. And then if we click advanced settings, then you can choose a password for them to use for this email. So I'm just going to choose a password. And so now when I send them to that app.yourdomain, so in my case, it'd be app.passgosystems.com, then they would log in with test@gmail.com and then the password that I just chose for them. So if you're sending your clients a welcome email and you want to put this password in that welcome email, then you can just choose the same password for everyone and automate that process. Or you can choose a different password and just make sure to put that password in the welcome email that you're sending them, and then they can come in here and change this later. And we don't yet have a calendar set up inside of this account. So when I click on this, it's not going to show any calendars. But once you set up a calendar for them, then you would be able to select a calendar for this user, and you can go through and create an email signature for them, and then you can grant their permissions. So if you're only giving this user certain aspects of the software, because maybe they started out on the starter plan and that only includes a few of these features, then you just go through here and turn off the features that you don't want this user to have. So I'll show you, I'll just turn off a bunch of these features so you can see the difference. So right now I'm just giving this user access to the dashboard stats, contacts, and conversations. And I'll show you what this looks like when they actually log into their account, but you just select exactly what features you want them to have. And this is a manual process. Every time that you sign up a client on the $97 or $297 per month plan, you have to come in here and manually select which features you want them to have access to in their account. And you can automate this process with the $497 per month plan using the SaaS configurator. And I'll show you exactly how to do that next. But if you're on the starter plan or the unlimited plan, which is the $97 and $297 per month plans, then you have to come in here and do this every time. And then for user roles, you can select if you want this user to be an admin or just a user. And since I get this question all the time when I'm signing up new clients and helping them to onboard some of their first clients, then I just want to go through the differences between a user and an admin so that you know which one to choose when you're signing up a client. So when you're creating this account, if you select this person to be a user of the account, then they won't be able to edit the business information or logo. They won't be able to create or edit or delete staff members of their own. So if they have a team around them, they won't be able to add those team members. They'll have to reach out to you to add these team members for them, or they'll have to reach out to the admin of the account. They won't be able to import, export, or delete contacts within this account, and they won't be able to export opportunities. So you can't do any of that as a user. But if you're an admin, you can do all of that from the account. You still don't have as much access as the agency owner, but those are the differences between a user and an admin when you're creating a sub account for your client under your agency. So I'm just going to go ahead and make this account the admin account because this is the first person that I'm signing up to this account. But then when they sign people up, I'd probably have them sign anyone under them up as a user, like if they're signing up a VA to their team or signing up team members, but they don't want them to be able to edit all that information, then have them sign them up as a user. But if this is going to be the main contact for this account, then I would sign them up as an admin. And then we just keep going down here and we've got call and voicemail settings. So you can set up all these different settings for forwarding calls, default channels for ring, default channels for if they're using a phone system, voicemail settings. And so you can just select what features you want them to have for voicemails and calls. And then user availability. This is important because this user availability is going to trump any user availability that you set up within calendars. So if a calendar has certain times available, but the user availability that you set up here is less than those times. So let's say that this user is only available from 6 a.m. until 9 a.m. So if they're available on Monday from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m., but the calendar that is linked to them that people are booking appointments on is from 6 a.m. to 12 p.m., then even if the calendar has those open slots, if they want to book an appointment with this user, then it's only going to show time slots from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. So these available hours for the user are very important, especially as they start to land clients and have clients book appointments on their calendar. So just come through here, set these up exactly how they want them. And then for user calendar configuration, there's no linked Google, Outlook, or iCloud calendar yet, but you could link those calendars and I'll show you how to link those calendars. So we're going to click save. And now this user is created within this account with all of those different settings that we've created for this user. So apparently I already created a user with that test@gmail.com in my account somewhere else when I was doing another demo. So what I'm going to do is just create a new user user with a different email address, and then I'll show you how to sign in as that different user. So I'm renaming this user test, but then I'm using demo@gmail.com. And now that user has been created, so you can see them pop up right here, test, demo@gmail.com. And if we go back into our login page, then I'll show you how they sign in to your white labeled agency through that login page. So this is the login page that we just created and where you would send them to log into your agency. So app.yourdomain.com, and then they're going to log in with that email address that we just set up for them for their account. So demo@gmail.com, enter the password that we created for them. And then when they sign in, it's going to bring them to their page, and it's going to need a verification code. So we can't actually use this email address. So I'm going to go back and set up a different email address that I actually have access to so that we can log in and I can show you what this looks like. Okay, so now I've gone through and created a new user with an email address that I actually have access to so that I can log in, and I've given them all the same permissions as the other user. So everything's the exact same, but I just have access to this email. So now we're going to go back to that login page, and I'm going to show you what this account looks like once we log in. So I'm just going to enter the login credentials here, and I'm going to click sign in, and it's going to send code to that email address. And normally it would be able to send code to email or phone number, but since I didn't enter a phone number in this user information, then I only have the option to do through the email. So I'm going to send security code, and then I'm going to enter that 295532 code that was sent to my emails, and then click confirm code. And now it's going to bring me into my account. And based on the permissions that I gave to this user, you can see that I've only got a few of the tabs that are normally a part of HighLevel because I haven't given this user everything. So this is what it looks like when someone signs in. And this is really beneficial if you're signing up a client and you don't want to give them everything because it's going to confuse them, or they need to sign up for a higher tier to get more of the benefits from this software. Then this is what it looks like. They still have their launchpad. They've got the dashboard, conversations, and contacts. And all of this is directly from those permissions that we granted them when we created this user and created this account for them. And so then the last step of this process is, once they log in, it should take care of this, but in case they don't log into their account directly, you should just let them know that they should have received a verification email. So a verification email from your agency account should have been sent to them. It's got the user's password, so please click on login to set your password. It's got their email address, and this is sent to their account, and they can just click here to log in, and it'll send them to that login page that you set up for your account. So they can either just log into the URL that you sent them, or they can click this verification email that was sent to their email address. So that's how you go about creating accounts and employees or staff members for those accounts to give the login information to those clients that you sign up under your white labeled SaaS agency using the $97 or the $297 per month plan. It's a very manual process. It takes a decent amount of time, and there is a better way when you sign up for the $497 per month plan. So I'll show you what that is now. So if we go back into agency view, you get what's known as this SaaS configurator. And this is only available on the $497 per month plan. But what this allows you to do is it gives you these plans that you can create ahead of time, and you just set this up before signing on a client, and then your clients can sign up directly from your website or a link that you send them for any of these accounts that you're going about selling, and it's an automated process. So if we scroll down here, I'll just show you this demo plan that I've got set up. And actually, instead of going through this demo plan, I'm going to show you what this is like if we just add a new plan from scratch. So for this, I'm just going to call this test plan, and you can add a description, test plan, and you could say what's inside of this plan, what they get, the features. But I'm just going to leave this as test plan and then click next. And then for category, if you've got categories set up, then you can do it for different categories. So demo, websites, So this is, if you send people to these categories, they're not going to see every single one of these plans that you have created. I think you can create up to 20 different plans with the SaaS configurator. And if you send someone to a website that has 20 different plans on it, they're going to get confused. So you can create categories and then put different plans inside of those categories so that users are only seeing 2 or 3 different plan options when they sign up for your agency. So I'm just going to do this as a demo category. And the order of this does matter because that affects the pricing strategy that you can use for these plans. So I'm going to put test plan above here just so I can go at a lower price point. And now you can see that I've got a price point of $1 or $10. These are the minimums that you can set up for these different plans. If I go back here and I put test plan below this and then click next, then the minimum that I can set is $127 or $12.70 because that's what the lower plan below it is. So the order does matter. In this case, if I tried to make this $1, then it's going to say the minimum is $127. So I'm just going to go back, reorder this plan, and now I can set it at whatever price point I choose. But if I do $1,000, then it's going to say the maximum is $127. So you can't have plans that conflict with pricing. So just change up the order so that it matches exactly how you want it to. And then we're going to continue going through this plan. So I'm going to leave this at $1. You can set a user limit if you want a maximum amount of users on this. And I'll just click this on and I can leave it at 50 users can be on this plan for this sub account. And contact limit, I'm going to leave it at 50 contacts. So if you want to limit the amount of users and contacts that someone can have in this sub account, and then they have to upgrade to the next tier, then that's where you do that. So I'm going to click next. And this is where what we did when we set up the user permissions when we were adding the staff member and selecting all of that, which was a manual process. We just do that here one time as we're creating the plan ahead of time. And then this is used for every time someone signs up on this plan that we create. So if you're going to market with a very specific strategy, and we're just going to leave it as it is right here. So these are all of the features that they would get inside of their account when they sign up with this test plan. Then this is automatically going to go through that process and make those selections so that we don't have to do that every single time. And so I'm going to click next, and then trials and credits. If you want to add credits to an account, then you can do a one-time credit of $1 or a monthly recurring credit. If you want to give someone credits to use for their text messaging and emails and all that stuff, then you can give them credits either as a one-time credit saying, hey, thanks for signing up, or a monthly recurring credit depending on how you're going to market. And then you can choose if you want them to roll over or not, and you can select the amount that you want to give them. So I'm going to turn this off, and then I'm going to click next. And rebilling is where you select how you want to rebill your clients for the different usage that they have, such as texting or emails or phone calls. So in this rebilling, you just go through, select the margin that you want to add on. So 1 multiplier all the way up to 10 multiplier. I suggest doing between a 2 and a 3 if you're rebilling them for these different features. And you can scroll down here and select exactly what you want to rebill them and make it a different multiplier for each of these different features that they're using. So if you want to set a 3 times multiplier on emails, but a 2 on text messaging, then you just go through each of these different features, email, content, workflow AI, conversation AI, WhatsApp conversations, and you just select what multiplier you want to put on that. And then once you've got all of those different selections made, and this is where you make money from their usage. So it is a good way to make some additional profit, but I wouldn't go much above 3 just because then people are going to be like, hey, why am I spending so much money every single month just to send out text messages? So stick right around 2.5. And then click finish. And now this plan is created, and you can go about putting this plan on your website or sending them the Stripe link for this. And if you want to, you could also add a snapshot to this plan. So if we go back and edit details, then I could, inside of features, I could add a snapshot right here. And then any of the snapshots that I have created, I could just add to that so that the snapshots automatically added to this account when they sign up. And the SaaS configurator just makes the account creation process an entirely automated process so that you're not spending your time creating accounts for clients and then onboarding clients. You can just start onboarding them immediately and automate so much of this. It just gives you the ability to scale your SaaS agency so much quicker using this SaaS configurator. So I'm a huge fan of this $497 per month plan. Would highly recommend getting signed up on this plan. If you aren't yet signed up for HighLevel and you want to create a HighLevel account, you can sign up with my affiliate link below this video. I give you 3 free courses, a free SaaS agency snapshot, complete with a fully functioning website, some funnels, automations, marketing materials already done for you. You get direct access to me 24/7. You get weekly coaching calls with me and my other affiliates. And there's just so many bonuses that you get for signing up as my affiliate. But if you do already have a HighLevel account and you want to upgrade to either the $297 or the $497 per month plan, I also have a link below this video where you can upgrade and you still have access to another affiliate if you've signed up with another affiliate, but then you also get all of those free bonuses that I just talked about when you upgrade. So it's beneficial to everyone if you just upgrade using that link below this video. So that's how you actually go about creating the plans. And then if we scroll up here, you can go into advanced settings and there's just more automation features. So subscription settings, you can suspend sub accounts when their SaaS subscription fails. You can allow the account admins to upgrade their subscription. You can add new plan features upon upgrading. And then you can allow sub-account admins to cancel their subscription. So you just choose how you want to give the account admins access to all of these features. You can customize a welcome email so that anytime a new account is created, they automatically get an email, and you would just click customize now and put exactly what you want to have in that email. You can manage all of your different categories here or add new categories. And then if we come up here to security, you can also change some of these security features. So if you want to add two-factor authentication to verify the phone number using a security code during signup, you can just change these settings so that your sub accounts are created in the exact process that you want them to be created every time someone signs up for an account with you. So once we've got these plans created exactly how we want them and got all of our settings set up, then the last thing that you need to do is go into your sub account that is your main sub account that you're using to resell HighLevel. And you want to go into the payments tab and go into products. And we actually need to create this as a product inside of our sub account so that we can put it on websites or create the payment links to send customers to, so that we can automate this entire process so that they can just sign up online for these products that we just created. Because if you notice here, all of the plans that we have created in our SaaS configurator say agency plan next to them, but we don't see that test plan that we just created. So what we need to do is we need to import from Stripe, and then Stripe price, you just come in here and select that plan with the $1 per month and $10 per year. So we're going to start out with the $1 per month because that's what the test plan was. And if you want to add a setup fee, then you can, but then you just click this import product and price, and that creates the monthly price for that product. And it's already got the test plan in there. Test plan, I wouldn't go through and change any of this because this is exactly how you set it up inside of the SaaS configurator. So just click save and now go back. And now we've got that test plan for the monthly plan. And then you would just do that one more time, import from Stripe, select the price, $10 per year, import product. And now I would leave all that as is, click save. And now when we go back, you can see that I've got the test plan with two prices, and that's the monthly pricing and the yearly pricing. And this is now created as a product inside of my account that I can put onto websites. So if I wanted to put this onto a website that I have, we'll just go into my demo website. Then I would go and click these three dots, go into products, and now I can put this product on a website, and I've got this test plan, and I can choose the price for $1 per month, and then I would just add the yearly price and the monthly price to this, and then when I put an order form on that website, these products are going to auto-populate into that order form so that someone can just buy these products straight from my website. And then when they buy those products, their accounts are automatically created. I can send them that welcome email automatically with all of their login credentials, their account set up exactly how we set it up inside of the SaaS configurator. And this is an entirely automated process. So I click save there, and I've got this test plan for $1. Then I would add the product, products, test plan, price, $10 per year, click save. I now have both of these products. And if I go to pages and edit this page, then I'm going to put an order form on here. And this is just a website that I use for all of my different demos. So it's got just random things on here. But if I put a order form, so one column, add element, we're going to do an order form, and we're going to just make it a one-step order form and click save. Then because I've linked those products to this website, then when I preview this, then I'm going to have these products show up in that order form. And you can see that the test plan, $1 per month, and test plan, $10 per year show up right here. And I do have a trial period on this, so it shows price of $0. You can play around with the settings and put an override price in there if you want to, but that's how you set up these accounts in the SaaS configurator and then put them on a website so that this entire process is automated, and it could not be simpler. Once you get it set up, You can see that the setup does take a little bit, but then it's easy to scale your business quickly because you don't have to spend all the time that we spent setting up the account for every single client, hopping on a call with them, choosing their user permissions. You just do it one time and everything's ready to go for as many clients as your SaaS agency can handle. If you liked this video on how to create sub-accounts for your new SaaS clients, and you want to learn more about the next steps to take to make sure that your clients have a smooth experience for the remainder of the onboarding process, then check out the video that'll pop up right here in just a second. In that video, I go through the 3 key areas that clients need to have set up in their account so that they can start sending text messages, sending emails, and creating a website. I found that these are the areas that people tend to get stuck in the onboarding process, and they are some of the most essential things to get right. I've also got this video right here that dives even deeper into the SaaS configurator than what we went through in this video, if you're on the $497 per month pro plan with HighLevel. And if you haven't already signed up for a HighLevel account, or you're planning on upgrading to the $297 or the $497 per month plan, then make sure to get signed up with my affiliate link below this video. When you sign up with that link, you get a 30-day free trial of the software, along with over $8,000 worth of free bonuses that I offer. So I'll see you in there.